were observed going 57 and a 40, and you were on your phone texting while you were doing that.
I just called the chief, that's it.
Go right ahead, sir. Can I see
You
your
know who I
license?
am, right?
Yes, sir, I do. Still have a job to do, sir.
Yeah.
On February 14th, 2022, in Sarasota, Florida, Officer Julia Burskin was on patrol when she spotted a black car tearing down the road, way over the speed limit. But that wasn't all. The driver was on their phone too, a deadly combination. So without hesitation, she hit the lights and pulled them over. What happened next? Let's just say I was floored by their conversation. You've got to hear this.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing, sir? I'm Sebastian, Sarasota Police Department. You're on audio and video recording. The reason for the stop, you were observed going 57 and a 40, and you were on your phone texting while you were doing that. That was at Euclid and Fruitville.
You don't need to point at the officer.
I'm not pointing at you, I'm pointing in the direction where it was.
I just called the chief, that's it.
Go right ahead, sir. Can I see
know
your
who I
license?
am, right?
Yes, sir, I do. Can I see your license, registration, insurance, please?
The man behind the wheel was none other than Martin Hyde, 58 years old, and gearing up to run for Congress in Florida. Born in England, Martin once played soccer before settling in the US and starting a company that deals in office equipment. In 2019, he made his move into the political arena and hasn't looked back since.
Do this?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry? Still have a job to do, sir.
Yeah. What's your name?
Officer Sebastian, it's going to be on the citation. Can I see your insurance, registration, and your license, please? Sir, can I have
How
your
long has it
paperwork,
been
please?
there?
7 years, sir. Can I see your registration, please? You're not going to give me your registration, sir.
Embarrass me?
I'm asking you if you're going to produce me with your registration.
I have it.
You don't have it on you?
Look, go call the chief. Tell him how rude you just been to me. Blame this figure.
Okay.
Then you call Marlon Brown. Then you call the mayor.
Okay.
They're not okay, though. I'm telling you what to do.
When Officer Burskin pulled Martin over, instead of cooperating and handing over his documents, Martin went on the offensive. He threatened to call her boss, claiming she was about to lose her job and that her police career was over. He even asked for her name and how long she'd been with the department, trying to intimidate her into letting him off the hook.
Okay, sir. Are you refusing to produce your registration? I'm asking you if you have your registration.
You're making career decisions.
Okay,
Why are
sir.
you doing this?
Sir, because you were speeding and you were texting.
That's it. Where's your video?
All right.
Officer Burskin quickly realized that Martin was just throwing his weight around, using his connections and status to try and intimidate her. Not wanting to engage in a pointless argument, she calmly walked back to her patrol car and wrote him 3 tickets on the spot. I fully support the decisive and law-abiding approach of this officer. No matter who you are, you still have to follow the law.
Call the supervisor. I just spoke to your boss.
Okay.
It's not okay.
You want your paperwork?
Is it your Russian immigrant status that makes you talk to people like this?
Oh my God, what on earth was he thinking? A politician attacking the immigrant background of a female officer after getting pulled over? That's seriously messed up. The fact is, this officer is a proud US citizen of Latvian descent. And let's not forget, he's an immigrant himself. His comment was like shooting himself in the foot.
10-4, 10-6.
Call the supervisor.
14 dispatch, can you have my supervisor respond, please?
Yeah. And then we'll see who goes.
You don't want your paperwork?
6142, can you be 51 to Fruitville
You
Street?
don't have a warrant.
Sir, you're going to be
I'm not
issued a
interested in
citation.
Anything you have to say. I'll wait for the supervisor.
You can wait for the supervisor, but I'm going to go through what I need to go through.
No, I'm not interested.
Are you going to be issued a
There's
citation?
the registration.
Well, you've been already issued a citation for that.
For what?
For failure to produce your registration.
Right.
All right. Sir, you're going to...
At this point, Martin was furious and called the officer stupid, repeatedly threatening her job. He even tried to humiliate her by calling her boss. But the officer remained calm and professional the entire time. She didn't argue, just focused on her duties, and showed respect to Martin despite the discrimination and insults he threw at her throughout the encounter.
You know what he said about you? You want to hear what he said about you?
He could say all he wants about me. I got a job to do, sir.
Yeah. You know what he said about
Okay.
you?
If you
He said
fail
he's
to
had you
complete...
before like this.
Okay.
And he's going to have you again.
And that's fine.
It's not fine. Why do you keep saying it's fine?
Sir,
I'm a law-abiding citizen, and you're being bloody rude to me.
if you decide to go ahead and do the court, just make sure you do a prior to submission of payment, as they do
You think you're winning?
require a certificate of
Do you?
completion. If you sign up for it, you must complete it. Otherwise, they will go ahead and suspend your license. You are going to be issued a citation for texting and driving. Okay?
Frustrated by the officer's firm stance, Martin pulled out his phone to record the interaction, hoping to use it as evidence against her. However, everything, his lack of cooperation and discriminatory remarks, was already being captured on the officer's body cam. He even accused her of lying during the exchange.
You're lying. Oh,
Green
Give
paper.
him the citation. You're
Green
lying.
paper tells you
Why
you
are
have
you
30
lying?
days to repay.
Why are you lying?
You have 30 days
Why
to
are you
reply.
lying?
Your payment options are on the green form.
Here's a simple question. Why are you lying?
Phone number on the bottom in
When your
case you have any
supervisor
questions. When my supervisor comes, I'll wait for him with you if you like me to. Your citation's over. You can
have
accept
to
them.
wait. You have
I
to
will wait. I will wait, but I will wait in my
Don't
car.
wait, darling.
There you go.
Yeah, but you have the bad.
I totally understand and sympathize with the officer's feelings at this moment. She's dealing with immense pressure and frustration. All she wanted was to get back to her car, stay calm, and avoid being
Sir,
affected
stand
by
over there.
Martin's
For my
behavior.
safety and for your
She couldn't
safety.
afford to make any mistakes,
Sir?
especially since Martin is a very powerful figure.
Sir, step back into your car or stand on the sidewalk so you don't get hit by a vehicle. It's for your safety. Sir, stand over there. It's for my safety and for your safety. Sir?
743, something for
10-4, the driver being extremely uncooperative.
Not long after, the officer got a call from her boss. It seemed like he was in an awkward position and was planning to come down personally to handle the situation.
Yes, Sarge. I can't. He won't let me leave until a supervisor shows up. Martin Hyde. I just gave him 3 tickets. Yes. Speeding 57 and a 40, texting while driving, and failure to produce his registration because he told me I could look it up. And he's gonna have my job. Everything is on camera. Alrighty. Bye. Are you still waiting for a supervisor or are you leaving?
Frangione's coming down.
Okay. Very good.
By the way, he's a friend of mine.
I'm sorry?
Friends of mine.
Okay.
You know Pat Robertson, right?
Yes, I do, sir.
Why are you doing it?
Because I have a job to do, sir.
Not like that.
Nobody's above the law.
No one's above the law. You have to have some degree of respect for law-abiding.
That degree of respect started the moment I walked up to your car, sir.
No. You knew exactly what you were doing and you made a mistake.
If that is your feeling, you are more than welcome to fight the citations in court.
I'll fight the citation. I'll
Okay.
fight your employment.
Okay. You know, you're an influential person.
Very.
You could go ahead and do that.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Why not just say you're sorry?
Because I did nothing wrong, sir. I was doing my job. But I am going to ask you either to sit in your car or step on the sidewalk because I don't want either one of us getting hit. Okay. Sir, I have nothing more to say to you, sir. You requested my supervisor. You can have the conversation with them now.
Martin claimed he was a law-abiding citizen and demanded an apology from her, but the officer had no reason to apologize since she hadn't done anything wrong. Shortly after, a male colleague arrived at the scene to assist, but the situation still didn't improve.
Sarge Frangione is on his way.
Okay.
Speeding 57 and a 40. Texting while driving. Failure to produce his registration when I asked. He told me I could look it up.
Okay. You know who he is?
Yes.
Right? Yeah, you got identified him.
Yes.
Okay. So you're just gonna stay by to cite him, or is that what?
He already got cited
Oh, he has already.
Yeah.
Citation. So
He's-
he's just.
from the moment I walked up.
So you're just waiting for.
He's waiting for supervisor, and I guess he spoke to Frangione, so Frangione is on his way.
Okay.
Bobby just pulled up.
Hello, Mr. Hyde. I guess you talked to Sergeant Frangione by the phone.
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Martin handed the male officer an expired vehicle registration, but it was clear that he was still directing all his anger at the female officer. His frustration seemed to be solely focused on her.
She's trying to make her spurs, but it's a big mistake.
Well, this one is the expired one, but
Well, it doesn't make it. It'll take 2
Yeah.
seconds.
yeah.
We're going to make sure that she pays the price for being disrespectful. And I just wanted you to witness it, know that the registration was right there, and she deliberately chose to write the ticket. She came up, she said the first. Look, there's a video of it, so be quiet. There's a video of what you said,
There is.
and I've got a video of what you said. Right? What she said was, I don't have it. She immediately said, I write your citation. She went right back. She never said anything. She went straight back. I denied the citation. She's straight back, right the cell. I've lived here for 25 years. I've represented your union. I've got no interest in listening to you, young lady.
I was talking to my sergeant. Sergeant, if you don't mind if we could step over off the road onto the sidewalk.
Yeah,
Oh,
just a
it's
second,
public safety
officer.
thing, yeah.
The situation reached its peak when Martin refused to listen to the officers and continued to criticize them, flaunting his connections in an attempt to intimidate them.
Yeah, Mr. Hyde, like I said,
No.
you know,
I've represented you guys
Yes, sir.
in union discussions. My
Yeah.
son is a cop. I'm friends with
Yeah. Yes, sir.
everybody in the police department. This is the first time anybody has been disrespectful to me. And for what reason? I could care less. If they were going to write me a ticket, I could care less. I just pay the bloody thing. You don't think I got the money? It's the manner and the nature of it.
Okay. And like I said, Sergeant Vangione will be over here to talk to you about her interaction.
Outrageous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Why? I mean, of all the people to do it to.
Yeah, I understand, sir. And you know, I set you. You know, I've been with the negotiations with you, and I understand where you're coming from.
I don't ask for special treatment, but I don't expect to get treated like a punk.
The two young officers were easily overwhelmed by the words of a seasoned politician like Martin.
Let me go talk to her and see.
Well, it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
She's got it in her head. I know exactly who she is. Frangione told me exactly who she is. That's fine. 7 years might not turn into 8.
After that, the police chief arrived at the scene. Let's check out the body cam footage from the chief and see what happened next.
Stay in your car.
I just want to go back to the station.
You can go to the station. Yep, go to the station. Hey, Martin. Yeah, I have to leave it on.
All right, so here's the thing. She lied about the cell phone thing.
Okay.
She lied about the, I don't know, the speed. I could care less. You can give me the ticket all day long. I could care less about that. And then I gave her the registration, and she's, registration? It's in the car there somewhere. She goes off, she writes me a ticket, she brings me back a citation. I said, there it is.
Okay.
And she still gives me it.
Okay. All right.
She's being fun. And the thing is, I appreciate that.
You can see that Martin was so furious. He even went as far as unzipping his pants in frustration.
I back you guys left, right, and center.
I understand that. I do. I do. Trust me, I do
And
know
I
that.
don't expect better treatment, but I don't expect worse treatment. If that's how you treat people, that's unacceptable.
I understand. I understand your frustration.
And I can get the video and I can play it to
I'm
the
going.
mayor. I understand that, but you know, the thing is, I don't take kind of. She knew exactly, because I said to her, I said, yeah, right away, I said, yeah. She's like, yeah, I know. Straight away, writing the tickets. Why?
Well, she's a traffic officer.
Yeah,
That's
she's
what we
a
do.
traffic-
But I
yeah,
understand.
I understand that's what she do.
Yeah.
So it's not what you do, and you know it.
Listen, she has a job to do. I'm not. Listen, I'm
Not
gonna
that
look
way.
at the. I'm gonna look at the video. I understand your concerns. I'm gonna look at the video. I notified everybody in the chain of command right now. That's what I was doing. That's why I was not coming here. I thought you were gonna meet me at the station, but it's not a big deal. She's going right now to dock her video. Right now, she's going to dock the video. And if there's problems, you will be the first to know.
Well,
and
I know this, but the difference is, I'll do something about it.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, I'm going to take your complaint. Is what I'm doing. That's the first step.
No, how can you write a ticket for no registration when you've got the registration? I mean, as if I get a $150,000 car, I've lived here for 25 years and I don't register a car. Why do that?
I understand what you're saying.
Well, you tell me what the point is.
It's just a state statute that she enforces. She's not the only traffic
Would
officer
you
that
give
writes.
a ticket for that?
I really don't leave the office. I understand what you're saying.
I understand you got the video on there, but the fact is, nobody in their right mind would give a ticket for that to me. Nobody.
I understand what you're saying, and you producing it, she probably should have taken that ticket away, but I'm going to find out what exactly occurred. And
Because she had a bee in her bonnet because she thought she was on a big power trip. Guess what? She's been there 7 years. She ain't going to make 8.
Behind the body cam lens, everyone seemed to be avoiding the sensitive issues at play. Everyone except Martin. He showed no fear, as if he believed his power and connections made him untouchable. He boasted about having a son in law enforcement and knowing most of the people at the police department. But honestly, it's laughable. Here in the US, we're all equal, and everyone must follow the law, sir.
I'll make sure.
Well, I'll get going on.
She ain't.
All right, listen, that's your prerogative. I want to get
This
started.
is not right, Anthony.
Okay, I
It's
understand.
not right. You don't treat people that have treated and supported you like that.
I understand where you're coming from. I do.
Bare minimum of respect is yes, sir, no, sir. Not a word of it.
What an outright lie. Honestly, if Martin doesn't win the election, he should consider switching careers to acting. Now let's take a look back at Officer Julia Burskin's demeanor when dealing with him, shall we?
How you doing, sir? I'm Sebastian Sarasota Police Department. Go right ahead, sir. Yes, sir, I do. Sir, stand over there. It's for my safety and for your safety. Sir?
743,
Straight off, talking to me like I'm a piece of get back in your car, which is this. She's standing, she's got a car door open, and I'm leaning against here talking to someone. Okay? So, in case you get hit by traffic. Just being difficult. Okay? Just being cocky.
I understand. I do understand where you're coming from.
But it isn't. It's a bad interaction.
Yeah, it
a
definitely
bad interaction.
it definitely seemed like it was.
It's a bad interaction. How difficult is it to come to me and say, you're doing 57, give us your license and your registration? Why get into immediately like that when she knew exactly who she was talking to? If that's how, no wonder you got people shooting people in Newtown if that's how you talk to them.
At this point, Martin started making comments that insulted the entire police force. The police chief's tone shifted, becoming more serious and somber.
All right, Martin, I'll talk to you later.
And writing tickets when someone's actually got the physical stuff, tell me that's good.
I understand. I do. All right, I'll talk to you later. Go to mute.
Right after, the police chief lawfully muted the audio once the law enforcement process was complete. In the end, Martin still had to pay the fines, and Officer Julia Burskin upheld the standards of a model officer, handling the situation with professionalism. Martin Hyde, who ran for Sarasota City Council, was ultimately defeated by his opponent, largely due to accusations of racism at a sports club. He was reported to have yelled at a young Hispanic man, saying, "Go mow my lawn," a blatantly racist remark targeting the man's heritage.
We keep your mouth shut, son.
What?
We keep your mouth shut.
Mouth shut?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah? Calling the police, bro. We're calling the police. That's racism.
Call the chief of police. She knows.
Yeah?
She
Yeah?
knows.
That's racism, man.
Yeah.
How can you say something like that? Aren't you human? Aren't you human?
Get out.
Aren't you human, man?
This is a private club. Get out.
Aren't you human?
I know. I'm gonna have a walk. Out and never let back in.
Yeah. Doing that right now.
Out.
I'm getting out. I'm getting out. That's stupid. That's racism.
I know.
That's racism.
These things were thrown out of the club. I'm a member of the club. These kids are not.
But you-
People wanted to throw out.
You're telling me to cut grass because I'm Hispanic.
I didn't say that.
You said
that.
cut some grass, man.
Yes. So what?
So what?
And here's Martin Hyde's interview following today's incident with Officer Julia Burskin.
You threatened her position. Why did you do that?
I tried to bully her. I mean, I'm not proud of it. She knew. And if you watch the video, the other cops, when they came up and said, you know who that is too. And the reason they said that isn't because I'm important, it's because they know I've spent hundreds of hours working on behalf of causes for Sarasota Police Department, for its pay, for officers' discipline, to help them out. And therein lies the irony. My own son, my oldest son, is a deputy sheriff. And so this isn't a question of Martin Hyde disliking cops. This is a question of Martin Hyde being in a ratty mood on a Monday morning and acting in a way that he regrets. But I am sorry and I'd like to think that I'll learn from it. I'd like to think other people might learn something from it. While I'm sorry, and while I accept that it shouldn't have happened, there are many, many worse things that happen all over the world every single day. And part of the reason I'm running is to make sure that we live in a better world.
People continue to buzz about the incident, and just one body cam video from Officer Julia Burskin has racked up nearly 30 million views on YouTube. Meanwhile, Martin Hyde lost by a huge margin in the primary election, with just 13% of the vote compared to his opponent's 86%. Many are calling for him to issue a sincere apology and step away from politics altogether, and his YouTube channel has been flooded with criticism. What do you think about Officer Julia Burskin's stance that no one is above the law in this case? Let me know your thoughts. I'm Mr. Simple Police, signing off. See you in the next video.